David, Crypto Gamer Dude. I want to today go over this build that I have, the True Patriot build. Now, a lot of people, of course, has already seen a True Patriot build on YouTube because a lot of different YouTube creators has already done that and already had one for a while. But I just wanted to show what I have as well too, being the fact that I have also used this for a while now too. In fact, the first week, I would say, when the Gear 2.0 came out, I went ahead and started putting this together. And in fact, within the first probably like 2 to 3 days, I already had a pretty decent set put together as far as the True Patriot build. Now, the first thing I would say is I am using the gunner specialization. And one of the main reasons why I'm using that actually is because of some of the features like the 10% ammo. So every 60 seconds you get 10% of your ammo back. And that actually is one of the best things about this feature. I don't like the riot foam grenades myself, and I don't use those. But I'm just saying that it's an option there available for you guys if you are that type of person to use that type of thing. I mean, as far as the bosses go, I mean, yeah, it can definitely come in handy. But it's just me. I'm just that type that I just don't like to use those. Let's see. Now, also too, another great thing. In fact, one of the best things I would say as well about this build with the gunner specialization is the 10% armor. So, of course, each time that you kill somebody, you're going to also get 10% armor on kill. So that definitely is huge as well too. And another great benefit of this is the bigger pouches you can use for the belt-fed weapons. So in other words, that means the LMG weapons, like machine gun weapons, that you can use that for. Also too, it does have the Banshee, which is actually the pulse that you can use as well. So you've got the benefits of having a faster cooldown, in other words, on the Banshee pulse as well too with this. So several great features, especially like I said, the fact that you get the 10% ammo back every 60 seconds, and also the armor on kill and so forth. So that's why I use that. And then also, let's get back into the build itself. Right now, as far as my one of my main weapons I use, it's actually the Baker's Dozen, and it's right now at this point it's 329,000 as far as damage goes. It's got the perfect lucky shot on there as well too. I've got rolled on there 15% rifle damage max as well. So definitely a great one to use. In fact, you can even use that with the shield as well, of course, if you haven't already seen that with other builds or with other YouTube creators or whatever. But yeah, you can use that with the shield. So that definitely comes in handy. And then also right here, we've got the Pestilance, and this is what I use on a regular basis. In fact, this is one of the main things I use, for that matter, to do heroic control points and heroic missions with. So this is definitely a powerful gun to have. I wish that it did actually have a faster speed on there as far as the RPM, but either way, I mean, it's definitely a great gun to have because it keeps on ticking away that damage once you have got a few shots off on those NPCs. So definitely a great benefit to have on this build though. And like I said too, you'll be able to put that. Well, actually, on this one you cannot put the extra pouch on there. So don't get me wrong, you cannot put the extra pouch on this one because of how it's set, because of being exotic. But if you excuse me, guys. But if you do ever use a different one like the Carnage, for example, you can do that then. Which sometimes, every once in a while, I do switch it out and do use the Carnage with the perfect sadist on there, and that way I can put the extra pouch on there for the extra ammo. So I do that every once in a while though with this build. Not often, but every once in a while I do that now. Now also too, as far as the gears that I'm using, the gear set, right now for the mask I am using the Night Watcher, and it has 100% pulse haste on there. And I went ahead and rolled the 170,000 armor, the max armor on there. And of course it also comes with the 5% total armor. And if you got 2 pieces on there, which is what I do, it comes with a 10% health on there as well too. Now on excuse me, guys. Sorry. Now as far as the chest piece, right now I am using the Point Man, and it's got the perfect Vanguard on there. So deploying a shield then makes it invulnerable for 5 seconds, and it also grants 50% of your armor as bonus armor to all other allies for 20 seconds. So of course, when you're playing in a group though, that definitely will come in real handy. Now, once in a while, I do, excuse me, also go off into the tardigrade and use that as well too in a group. But it just depends on what kind of missions we're doing too. Sorry guys, got a frog in my throat I guess. But every once in a while I do use the tardigrade as well too. And especially when we're in a group setting that we're working on some real hard missions like the heroics, or if we end up doing a legendary mission sometime, that would be coming in real handy as well. I don't like the fact though that the armor does not last on there myself, to tell you the truth. But because of the fact that it does help out the whole group, then sometimes I will go ahead and do that. Go ahead and still put that on, so that way we can help out the whole group though as a whole. All right, now of course we got the 4-piece True Patriot that we're using on this build. And of course, if you have 2 pieces, you get the 30% ammo capacity. If you have 3 pieces, you get the 30% magazine size. And then with the 4-piece, you get the red, white, and blue. Hang on, guys. Okay, I guess I'm having all kinds of problems as far as making this video today. But anyways, when using the 4-piece though, you got the red, white, and the blue buff on there. And of course, with the red one, it amplifies the enemy's damage that they are going to be taking. And then with the blue one, it also decreases the enemy's damage that they can be putting out by 8%. And then with the white flag, by shooting the enemy, it repairs you and your allies' armor by 5% once every second. So that right there actually is very beneficial as well, because they actually recently, sorry guys, just got some big time frogs in my throat I guess, but they actually recently did fix that to be able to work now, from what I was told from the updates I guess, because I guess at one point that was not working, and that white buff was not actually helping out anybody except for yourself though. So they actually recently did fix that though. So we've got that for the holster. I've got the knee pads here that I'm using as well too. It's got the 170,000 armor max on there already, and then went ahead and rolled the crit hit chance on there. Actually, the holster itself, I had the 170,000 armor on there, and I rolled the crit chance on there too as well. And then the gloves, I've got 155,000 armor on there, and I've got 10% hazard protection. The thing is too, is you do want to have some hazard protection on your builds though. A lot of people has those high crit builds, and they don't necessarily have hazard protection, but you do want to try to have at least 20%, in my opinion, or more on your hazard protection. If you can get more, that's great, but you do want to try to at least have that much, because of the fact that when you got those grenades coming at you, it does come in handy though. And then on the backpack itself, I've got the 15% weapon damage rolled on there. I've got the 7% skill damage, and the 15,000 armor on kill mod on there as well too. And then also too, keep in mind with the backpack though, it increases everything as far as the buffs though. So the red increases from 8% to 12, the white increases from 5% to 8, and the blue increases from 8% to 12. So that definitely will add up though as far as helping you out on that then. Also, let me show you the shield real quick. This one is actually at tier 5 because I've got one yellow on there, and then I've got 4 of the blues. So some people might not think about it or realize it, but the blues on your shield anyways does count toward your skill tier level though. So that does actually help out though. The blues don't help out if you're doing just a regular skill build, but when it comes to the shield, then yeah, those blues do actually help out though, as far as getting you into the higher skill tier level though. So I've got the skill tier 5 on here then. And it's got the 50% active regeneration, 200% shield health, and the 25% holster regeneration as well. And then as far as what I use as far as crowd control type, I'm right now using the Banshee, but sometimes I also go off onto the Hive as well. A lot of times I do the Stinger Hive as far as crowd control, especially when I'm doing heroics by myself. A lot of times that's what I will use though. But otherwise, if I'm in a group, sometimes I will go ahead and use the pulse, the Banshee pulse, and that way it's going to disorientate those guys. And the cooldown on it is not too bad. It actually comes back at a pretty decent amount of time as well too, though. So that definitely helps out when you're doing this as a group, though. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, as far as your sidearm, I mean, you can use whatever you want as far as whatever pistol you want. I mean, obviously you cannot have two exotics at the same time. I wish they would change that because I remember on Division One you used to be able to do that, and I do actually miss being able to do that. But otherwise, I mean, you can use whatever sidearm you want, though. But yeah, I just wanted to show this guys to you, this video to you guys. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot of YouTube creators that's already got lots of videos out there on this same type of build. But I just wanted to show you guys what I've been using as well, and actually been, like I said, clearing out heroic control points and heroic missions with this, though. So that's pretty much it. If you guys ever have any questions or concerns, always let me know, and I will try to get back to you as quick as I can, though. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button on the channel, and go ahead and hit the like button as well too. So thanks for checking it out, and you guys have a great day.